I decided to try out a Racer X FPV Twig. A lot of people were saying that the Eachine Twig 115 is a copy or clone of this. And first of all, I think you can see that the Eachine version is not really a clone. It's similar to, but the frames are actually pretty different in all details, and the canopy is obviously different. In the hand, this one feels stiffer than the Eachine one. I think it's probably has better carbon and is cut in a better way. And also the other reason I got this was that I was checking out on Heli-Nation. There's a build kit that you can buy which has the frame and all the components, the motors and the flight controller and everything, and it happens to be stuff that I already have. So they recommend like the barred motors and the Beta FPV all-in-one and a Runcam Nano 2, and I have all that stuff. So I thought, well, this would be a pretty fun build. Let's build it with the recommended components and see how it does. So let's open it up and see what's going on. So here we go. These little HQ props that it comes with. I'm going to try it with 3x2, but I might try these as well since it does come with them. And get a nice silicone mat there for the battery and some nylon standoffs, and feels like metal. I think these are metals. Yeah, metal screws and some little nuts there. There's a canopy. So that's nice. Very flexible. We'll see how that does. And so you can see it comes with a couple of battery mounting options. You got this little cage type thing, which should flex to hold, we'll see, 2 to 3S, probably up to maybe 450 size, the long skinny ones. And also the Velcro strap and silicone pad, so that's cool. And here's the frame. Yeah, it feels nice and strong. Edges are chamfered. A little bit rough, but still chamfered. Looks good. So yeah, real nice design on the frame. Let's see how much the frame and the canopy weigh compared to, like, say, the Primo, which I just did, the Primo 3-inch, because this also supports 3-inch props. That was about 12.5 grams for the frame and just canopy with no screws or anything. Let's see. I think this is going to be lighter. Yeah, 11.2 grams, so that's nice and light. So this should be a real nice 3-inch build, and I'm going to use the components. So yeah, I have these barred 1103 8000 kVs. We'll try these, and I just got this little HGLRC Nano VTX. This has been around for a while, but very tiny, so it should work well. And yeah, the Beta FPV board, which you've seen here in the Primo 3, so I might take this out of there just for now and put it in here and try this Racer X FPV Twig out. So let's put all that stuff in there. Well, here's the Racer X FPV Twig, all built up with those components, and I have to say I'm quite pleased with how this came out. Pretty impressed with this kit. Now let's do one more quick comparison with the Eachine version. And as you can see, the Racer X Twig, I mean, the design is, I think, quite a bit more sophisticated, and you can see the carbon is nicer. This Eachine version is quite a bit bulkier, and the canopy is also really nice. At first, I wasn't even sure if it was 3D printed, because the finish is so smooth, but it's actually just printed at a pretty fine resolution, so that's great. It has a nice simple antenna mount here for the VTX antenna that I'm using, just a little zip tie through the hole there on the fin. And I'm running the Runcam Racer Nano, and this is the Beta FPV toothpick board, which allows you to keep everything nice and low. And the barred 1103 8000 kV motors, and these Gemfan 3018 props, which I like quite a bit. And I tried this today on 2 and 3S, and instead of showing you the flight at the end of the video, I'll just show you a little bit of the 2 and 3S flight in one of the corners here. And I just talk a little bit about the different batteries I tried and my thoughts on that. So, see, today when I went to fly, I only took one 3S battery because I thought the 3S would be an experiment and it would mostly be a 2S machine. But actually I think it flew best and was happiest on the 3S, but it needs something a little bit bigger than the 300. And when you see, I think I'll show the 2S flight first. I was able to push the 2S battery quite a bit more because I didn't get any voltage sag, so I could just use all the throttle and fly a little bit more aggressively with the 2S battery, the 450, and it flew really nicely on this with these 3018 props. Got about 3.5 minutes of flight, and a lot of fun, really smooth on the 2S. And then I tried the 3S 300, and flew surprisingly well on that. I thought it might be a little bit overpowered, but it wasn't at all. The only problem was whenever I would go anything over 70 or 80% throttle, the voltage would sag quite badly, and so I wasn't able to push it as much as I wanted to. And the voltage would come back, it would recover to about 10.5, but as soon as I gave it some more power, it would just drop again. So I think you need to run something bigger. So probably at least a 450, or I wanted to run this 520, but I only got this today, so I didn't have it in time for the flight with this one. And also this 520, and also I think a 450 3S is a little bit big for for this otherwise pretty flexible twist mount, which fits the 2S 450 or 520 perfectly. But anything bigger than that, I think a 3S probably need to switch to the little silicone pad and Velcro strap that it comes with. But the nice thing is that it does come with that option. So if you want to try a bigger battery like this, then you can switch the battery mounting. And I'll probably do that for future flights. So I think a 450 3S would be really excellent on this. And it was already good on the 3S 300. But like I said, I just couldn't push it as much as I wanted to. But the tune was fine. It was very smooth. I'm flying this on 4.1. And same tune for 2S and 3S. I didn't seem to have any issues. Didn't have any oscillations on either battery. So that's really great. So really happy with this build. I think it's a great frame design. I think right now this and the Primo 3 are probably my two favorites at the moment. And I'm looking forward to getting some more flights in on this with a slightly more appropriate battery, a bigger 3S. But yeah, I think this turned out really well. So anyway, that's my quick look at the Racer X FPV Twig. Thanks for watching this, and hope to see you in the next one.